This was going to be an item
Junior!
protect you from a
What, Dad?
And I'm surprised they decided to get rid of this idea. I mean, it can
You
still
cannot
be a addition
chewing
now.
gum. So only watch my video.
Powered as the golden ticket feature, and even the name for this one sounded cool. The way this would have worked would allow you to respawn any of your teammates and place you all on your own personal battle bus. But it does make sense that this was scrapped, as Epic decided the reboot vans made more sense. But I am kind of bummed that we never got to try it out. In 2018 just kept bringing us all of these experimental items. At one point, they were working on the supply drop grenade, an instant way to spawn a supply drop wherever you were. This was cut around the end of Season 3, but I truly believe this would be an item players still want today. Now, there are other things that Epic were also working on in this time frame, and one of those was something named a Moab. Now, it didn't exactly work like the one from Call of Duty, but it was still a pretty tough-looking grenade regardless. And yet, this wasn't the only unreleased explosive that was scrapped in 2018. I think we all enjoyed the airstrike grenades when those came out, but it turns out that Epic were originally planning on adding airstrikes in a completely different way. It was going to be a laser cannon where you could aim where you wanted to strike, and then boom, it would rain down on the whole area. Honestly, this would have been way more OP than the grenade that we got, so it's not surprising that Epic went a different route. And I don't know if it's just me, but looking at all these canceled updates is like walking into a James Bond gadget lab, especially this next unreleased item, the throwable zipline. Yeah, this was removed in Season 4 and was exactly what you'd expect, a grappling hook that would zipline you over to any place you threw it. But this was scrapped at the beginning of Season 4 and eventually was added back with a completely different design, as the grappler. Kinda cool to see how things evolve like that. Something we never saw in any form, though, was the vacuum grenade. It was yet another 2018 item that Epic experimented with and then just tossed aside. It was basically an item that did the exact opposite of the impulse grenade. It would suck you towards the grenade, but it didn't have the best range. Eventually, Epic got rid of it either because it would have been useless or they probably had more fun items in mind. Except sometimes those fun items are also unreleased, and that can be said for the Beehive grenade, which, believe it or not, had a lot more effort put into it. I mean, think about it. A literal beehive item where a swarm of bees would attack players would have been incredibly annoying, so I gotta admit, not exactly mad this one didn't make the cut. And yet 2018 didn't just scrap those weird and wacky items, we also had regular weapons that were canceled too. Things like an auto shotty, which was intended for Season 3. The feature out of service was eventually turned into a shotgun, but something we never saw was the energy crystal, and as you can see, it looked pretty interesting. I mean, not being able to sprint, but your weapons being ultra fast, now that could have been awesome. It's a shame it got scrapped. And there were a few other interesting things in 2018 too, like the flamethrower, which did exactly what you'd expect it to do. And we could probably get this in Chapter 2 now that actual fire exists, but maybe it'd be pointless because of course we have fireflies. Well, the energy crystal is going to give us energy.